Welcome back, Commanders. Welcome to Beyond All Reason. We're going to be checking out a replay today sent in from Dino live on Twitch. If you would like some feedback similar to this, you can go ahead and join us on Twitch. You can check out the link in the description below. And we also have the times for those who are interested in some of this live review and feedback. If you enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe. It helps out tremendously with the channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Dino has a lot of energy income here. We can see up to 100 energy income, and he's overflowing a bit. So that is one thing I would definitely recommend you try to avoid, is overflowing if you can, especially early on. He's got a large queue of constructors, grave robbers. We'll see what the plans are here. First constructor.
Battle paused. Battle started.
Very good, very good. We got a bunch of energy production, it looks like, queued up, and a decent amount of grunts coming out into our next constructor. So I actually like this build pattern. That's pretty good. Getting a decent amount of build power on your Geo. That's very good. Very smart. And we are E-stalled to the max right now. Basically, for me, anytime I see that I'm E-stalling, I'm going to try to just produce some more wind power or produce like solar panels, either one. Generally, E-stalling is what I would consider a bad thing early in the game, because that's just a chance to like maximize your energy production during that time. So I do think having like one of these just building windmills, even if you don't have anything else set up, just one of them building windmills. And actually this could be a great opportunity to use a blueprint in the future, is just have a blueprint of this. So all you have to do is click place blueprint and then plop it down, and it takes a little bit less AMP or APM to actually do your energy production a bit. And I would probably have at minimum 2 constructors worth of build power working on wind at all times. I think that's pretty valuable. So we got a scout, good pinging on the scout, very, very nice, and good to see there. Handful of pawns getting absolutely destroyed by these grunts, very effective. And getting down a Rocco, that's always going to help. If you can take a little bit of an early advantage, that's awesome. The one thing I would recommend is if you can follow it up. So like when you have a fight like this, it doesn't look like it's a lot of metal, but it's 300. If you can follow that up with one res bot just to suck it all up or resurrect it, you start to spiral out of control. So that's a very good plan. That's why it's always good to have just a handful or one res bot with your grunts or with your pawns, whatever you're using. Just one res bot to help with that. Energy production is doing great. Metal production is all right. I would definitely have one guy working on storage relatively soon, just because your production's like bumping up, your energy's kind of overflowing on occasion, right? Generally it's good to try to store it and then build, like what you're doing here, but maybe a little bit earlier on. Anytime you see that spike, just get a storage in and then a couple energy converters behind it. That is very valuable, because you just go at maximum potential at that point. Yeah, I definitely would recommend prioritizing the metal. Like, just prioritizing reclaiming it is generally a very good thing. Good kills, Sniping down the Centurion when he's alone, very valuable. Very good. Weasel's pushing up now. Same with Palisadin. That's a kind of hard name to say, but both pushing up. Ooh. Those rocket bots are going to be a problem here. They're going to be able to push into you pretty easily. Got to be cautious of that. Good energy production. Yeah, see, overflowing still. Generally, just a good rule of thumb, you know, have a couple E-converters maybe a little bit earlier on. There we go. Now we got a resbot coming in, eating up all that juicy metal. That's what we live for right there. Good harassment with the rocket bots. Let's see what your vision is here. You got very good vision. I do like that you're repairing everything before pushing in. That is generally a good idea. And then as soon as you're done with your repairs, just kind of push them forward and harass again. Just kind of like pop in, attack, pop out, repair, pop in, attack, pop back, repair, that type of thing. Very effective. Ooh, this guy's getting kind of 2v1'd a bit here. Our other fellows a little bit slower on the draw, it would seem. So this is something where if I was you, I would definitely make a note of this and be prepared to help push them. Be prepared to hold off this attack, because this is going to be very difficult to deal with in the future. And if they fall, that can collapse the whole entire game. Too many, yeah, this is a lot of LSDs. That's a good point. If for some reason you get pushed, these will likely all come down. I think the main point Dino's going for here is to try to slow push with them, you know, just slowly push up with LLTs, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it is a lot of metal. Let's see how much metal in LLTs right now. 800 metal. That's a handful of rocket bots, you know, handful of rocket bots. So just keep that in mind. You could have 3 times the amount of rocket bots pushing on your opponent, or you could have this many LLTs. So it's it's just something to keep in mind. That's a very good point. 1 to 2 would be enough here until you push. Then you can do LLTs closer to enemy instead of where you can't reach them. Agreed. This is more defensive what you're doing, and I think you're in a position to be a little bit more aggressive. And if you are aggressive, see, this is I think where a lot of newer players probably struggle, is knowing when to be aggressive. And I think you're in a great position to be aggressive. And if you did be aggressive, I guarantee you this player would come attack you. This player would try to push on you. You might even have a third player come and attack you. And that's intimidating. Like, the potential of that happening is very intimidating. But it's also how you create pressure relief for your team. So that is, it sounds like it might be a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing to have that happen. Because now this player is not going to be able to constantly push on Candy or Zekryug. Some of these people's names are tough, man. Anyway, so they wouldn't be able to push on these guys, which helps them be able to come up and take territory here, and you might be able to extend your front line a bit, you know. And this is kind of what's happening. And this is something where if you're a little bit newer to the game, this is very intimidating, right? Or if you're just not quite as confident, this can be a very intimidating thing. But this is very good that you're holding this. Like, this is incredibly valuable. You got your res bots going crazy here. You got your commander helping with the repairs. Fantastic positioning, and going for the resurrection. Amazing play, absolutely amazing. Because now you have a ton of units here that you can resurrect into your army, and if you constantly push forward, just push it forward again. That was a very effective play on your part. Push forward, resurrect, just keep going. Having the mindset of aggression towards them, just like, I am going to continue to poke, I'm going to continue to fight, you know, that type of mindset is very, very important. Obviously there is a time to retreat, but that time is not now. So very good. You got your T2 coming up. Excellent. Getting the metal upgrades for your mexes there. Very valuable. And energy conversion. Excellent. See, I think you probably, let's check this out. They have a handful of LOTs, easy to kill with rocket bots, and they have like what, 5, 6, maybe 10 troops, and you have 23 troops. Very, very overwhelming forces compared to your opponent, and you really should be abusing that. He's getting a lot of metal from the lack of abuse. But I know that you're probably focused a lot on T2 right now, and that's understandable. That's definitely something that can be tough to deal with, is the T2 transition. But yeah, very, very good pushes. And this guy's starting to come online a bit himself. Same with your other guy here. Both their green players doing great. With this many res bots, you can push the Thug Rocco's repair at the same time. Yeah, push, repair, and resurrect. Also, this grouping is a bad idea. You want to spread these guys out on a line as much as possible, because when they're grouped up like this, one bullet damages like 2 or 3 people, and that's just really not effective. You want to damage as few people as possible when being attacked. And it also maximizes your potential damage to your opponents. That's why it's really important to stretch, just kind of stretch your units out. I know, but try to make space, you know? Try to make space. Because you do have a line right here. I would just stretch it across this line and slowly push this line forward. And yeah, there are some LLTs here. Just kill them. Just kill them. No big deal. What up, Duffy? Welcome in. Yeah, and enemy LLTs, paper, easy kills. You're kind of, I feel like you're a little bit too scared on the front there, which is fine. It's something to get used to, but I think you have a lot of potential to absolutely steamroll very, very early on. 3 Rocketeers and they're done. Yep, 3, and you have way more than that. I mean, you have an unstoppable army. And one of the reasons, also, you may be asking, like, why should I push? Well, it's because this is coming out. Like, this player is ecoing to high heaven. This player maybe not quite as effectively ecoing, but they're going to start putting heavier and heavier units against you. So you want to find a weak point in their army, and usually that's during a T2 transition. They go for a T2 factory, and that is a massive weak point in their army, and that is your opportunity to abuse your T1. And if you don't abuse the T1, then you're going to end up being overwhelmed by T2 later. And it's just, I mean, imagine if you had to fight 10 hounds here. If there were just 10 hounds, all of your T1 is now essentially garbage. You can't fight with it, really. It's just non-effective. So trying to make sure you don't end up having to fight T2 versus T1, it's pretty pretty important. Or if they do go, you want to just abuse the fact that they may go T2. Kind of forgot to T2 transition for a while. You don't have to. Honestly, in this position, you don't have to T2 transition. Not yet. Not unless there's a massive amount of T2 coming at you would I T2 transition. Because you have such a big ball. And, you know, I think spreading your units out is going to help you a lot. Just spreading them out a little bit more so that it's a long line, a little bit longer line. That's going to help you out a lot as well. Duffy, you want me to also watch a replay? Okay. We'll check it out. Ooh, lost the rocket bots there. That's unfortunate. Anti-nuke. Excellent. You're doing great. You're overflow, or wait, are you? Oh no, that's your ally who got nuked. No. Oh no, your ally got nuked. Me and Dino OP game where this dude saved my life. Excellent. We'll check that out. Coming in. Look at these guys. Getting all that juicy metal. Excellent. Yeah, I'd say definitely transitioning to T2 is going to be very important here. Looks like you guys have wiped a lot of the opponent's base here, which is excellent. Looks like they got a handful of Sheldons and Spiders. Pretty rough combo there. You get nuked as well. Oh, that sucks. No one loves to be nuked. That's always a horrible feeling. You should keep Commander with Army because it has radar and can make radar. Without radar, enemy comm can cloak and degun. That is true. Definitely good to have a radar signature. I would definitely try to build a radar here or even further up if I can, just to help with that issue for sure. We do have a radar from back here, but it's just not quite as effective in the canyon. Res push OP. Yes, exactly. That's kind of the goal here. Oh, now we're hitting T2. Now we're hitting T2. Oh, we feel the weight. We feel the weight of T2 upon us. And those clustered units are now getting abused much more effectively. I would just follow up with eating the metal. That's what I would do here. Follow up with just pushing and eating all the metal. Push, eat, push, eat. If you run into a disadvantageous fight, you don't want to repair these units. You want to push with them. You want to eat them all because you need to transition. So yeah, I would definitely get like a metal storage down and then push, eat all of these units rather than resurrect them at this point in the game. Just because it's not advantageous enough. Can I give points to Duffy? Maybe. Oh, yep. You did get absolutely demolished here. That's unfortunate. But it's a good time to transition to T2. You know, why not? Why not transition to T2 at that point, right? This is where you pull back and eat the units or keep pushing hard. You can push with spam easy. Yeah, I just feel like thug spam is a little bit slow, so it's not quite as easy to push with thug or rocket spam as it is to push with like grunt spam. That's my personal opinion. Usually T2 is able to outmaneuver easier. Tick and pawn spam. Yep, exactly. Good blocks here, good kills. I definitely shut down that pop-up turret. Excellent, excellent job. Ooh, good kill on the front there. Excellent. Yeah, now you're at a point where you are just wiping, which is very, very cool to see. Repairing as you attack equals an unstoppable army. It's true. It's true. It's just is the army of the composition that you would prefer. And honestly, the pressure, I mean, in retrospect, the pressure that was across the whole front line did mean he should have kept pushing there. But generally, I would not agree with that play. You know, generally I would say it'd be better to T2 transition, but the fact that all front lines are being pushed in so aggressively, it did end up working out very well in his favor because he didn't have to go up against that much of it. Res bots were OP. Yeah, it's true. Biggest danger you faced here were the cloak commander. Yep. Cloak commanders, they'll get you every time. Thug push, you never stop pushing. Never stop. A constant weaponization of the Cortex commanders. Minions. All of his minions. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see a surrender relatively soon. That would just make sense. You stop pushing, you will be out ecoed and they will go T2. That's true. Yeah, from the very beginning, that's definitely true. As long as you're able to do that from the start, it's very true. And the pushing in here, excellent play. Just going regardless of the costs. Just pushing in, excellent play. Yep, destroying all of his economy. And now his T2 is going to be basically destroyed here relatively soon. Oh, I would definitely target that base. Yep, there we go. Good. And that's GG for him. They're wiped there, and your allies coming in to mop up the rest. Winning with thugs on glitters is just awesome. And from Canyon, yeah, from Canyon, excellent plays. Overflowing metal to the max. Definitely try to expand that build power ASAP. You know, that's always a struggle. Oh, another nuke wiping out our ally here, but it's just too late. Red player's done for. Too many units on the front line. Ooh, what a good EMP there. Look at these mana cores absolutely doing nothing. Just tickling those gunships. I res the base. Oh, you res the opponent's base. What a good idea. You have so many units just across the board. That's hilarious. Isn't that the most OP resurrection, is getting T2 for free? I probably wouldn't resurrect the commander. I would use his metal. Well, then again, you can use his build power to get some of these mexes across the map, so that's not a bad idea. But that's all just like very picky of me to say, because the game's basically over at this point, right? Totally. I had too much metal. You can never have too much metal. Just build a couple metal storage and you'll never have too much metal. Yeah, I think this is basically over from here. Hope you guys learned a lot from that video and that it was an enjoyable playthrough. We will see you guys on the battlefield.